Hello, welcome to Straight Hating, brought to you by Straight Hating Fashion and More, a new online store selling a new brand of merchandise called Straight Hating. We currently have a limited supply of different items, but we will soon progress to 100 plus items in the near future. Go to check us out at www.straighthatingfashionsandmore.com. We currently have a promotion running right now. It started August 1st and the last day is August 31st. So go to straighthatingfashionsandmore.com and make a purchase. For every purchase at $100 or more, you'll get a free Straight Hating carry bag. This is the Straight Hating carry bag here. This is the front. You see the Straight Hating brand name. The back of the Straight Hating brand name as well. In the front, got the zipper pocket. Also inside, you got a lot of room for carry-on. And you got the draw straps. Also on the side right here, you got your little pocket to put your earpieces in and whatnot. So for every 2 bags you purchase, you get 1 free bag. And with every $100 purchase or more, you'll get a 1 free bag as well. That's gonna go on until August 31st. We're doing good so far right now. Thank you everybody for purchasing. Hope you're enjoying your products and whatnot. Stay tuned for more products to come. We got some more stuff for the fall season that will be here. Now, when you order your products, make sure in the checkout line, checkout part, when there's a comment section, make sure you put your sizes. That's where you put your sizes at for your outfits, your shirts and stuff like that. Also put in there, send me my free bag. Send me my free bag. And that way I know to send you the free bag for your checkout, for your purchase. Again, go to www.straighthatingfashionsandmore.com. I'm your host, AC. Now, let's get to it. Now, at this point, everybody saw the videos already, all right? The Montgomery, Alabama Brawl. Everybody saw it by now. It took me a couple of days. The event happened Saturday. All Sunday and Monday I was watching it. At this point, you know, it's unbelievable. For those who don't know, I'm sure you got to know unless you're under a rock. It involved a black security guard and a white family. Here's how the story goes. So I made sure I watched all the stories. It started with this family had parked their boat and was blocking their boat from other boats to dock. He was working, security guard. He was working, and he told them, to move their boat. They wouldn't move it, so he proceeded to move it because the boats couldn't. Boats was coming in. It had a lot of people on it, so he doing his job. So he looses their boat, try to push out the way, doing their job. So they come back and stop him, have a confrontation with him. So people are recording this everywhere, right? People recording it. And there's a boatload full of people still waiting to dock. And they're like, move out the way. You know what I'm saying? They start chanting also too, move, bitch, move out the way, move out the way, stuff like that. But it was hilarious. But anyway, he was trying to get them out the way. So at the back and forth confrontation and whatnot, remember, this guy's still working. He's just doing his job. Instead of just moving the boat out the way so other boats could dock, he proceeded to leave it, confront the security officer, and keep going back and forth. Now, security officer was doing their job, and he continued to back up as they got more aggressive. He was backing up. He only stepped forward when to point out certain stuff to them. He was clearly pointing to the boat, showing them where the boat is needed to come in, and showing their boat. And as that went on, it went on longer than it needed to in the first place. Let's be clear on that one. So the guy got upset. He swings on the security guard. So after he swung on the security guard, at that point, security had to defend itself. Now, in Alabama state law, you have the right to defend yourself. So they was going back and forth at it. And then his family members, the white guy's family members, ran over and jumped on a security guard. So now they jumping a security guard. He's doing his job. And this took place in an area, this place is surrounded right now. This is a busy area. It's busy. This spot is well known, more like a slavery port. First of all, that's the history of it. And people know of this area that live there. But they started jumping on the black guy, the security guard, and they keep jumping, and they kept on beating him, hitting him on the stuff. So a few minutes later, people saying, "Get off him, get off him, y'all help him, y'all help him, y'all help him." So other people came to his rescue, jumped in, defending him and whatnot. And also, I found out by law, it's Alabama state law, that you can also help someone in defense, in like in a rescue attempt. So the ones who actually jumped in to help was actually covered by the actual statutes of law of Alabama. Here's another thing. They kept it going. Then more guys start fighting and whatnot. Then it just became an all-out brawl and whatnot. And excuse me, an all-out brawl. It was like black people against white people, stuff like that. That's the take on that. It could have been avoided. One, the people moved their stuff. Two, the security guard was doing the job. He also walked off a couple of times to avoid confrontation. They attacked him and got in his face. Then they jumped him. It started off as a one-on-one fight against the guy, the security guard, and then developed other family members jumped him, which is not necessary at all. Now, here's how I felt about this thing. When I first watched it, I had a lot of mixed feelings on this. Anger, sadness, disappointment, happy at one point, and it's all mixed up. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of, more I watched it when I kept watching it, I watched it so many times, so many different angles, whatever, and I actually saw the whole picture from the beginning to end. So I actually postponed launching my episode 2 nights ago because of this, because I'm like, wow, this took my attention. So then I started adding on to the episode I had, and then I'm like, no, this needs its own episode. So it took me a couple of days to get my mind straight, get the correct information and everything. I gotta say, I was very happy and glad to see black people defend other black people. And I'm not talking about no march, no kumbaya ceremony, no holding hands, singing and talking, but actually, before I say this, I want to first say I don't condone fighting. I don't condone violence. I'm strongly against that, unless it's about self-defense. I'm an Army veteran. I understand what it takes, what needs to be done. And I'm saying this in a way of, I understand the military, I understand war, I understand all that. But I don't condone violence, I don't condone fighting. However, I was very happy and excited to finally see black people stand up for one another. Instead of fighting one another and defending one another against one another, we stood up and helped a brother. I saw people helping their fellow Americans, another brother getting beat for no fucking reason, getting jumped on. And they stood together, man. I was so happy and so proud. And that was my fucking moment. And I was just saying, well, maybe I shouldn't feel that way or say that because then it becomes a race situation or whatever. But you know what? I'm living in the fucking moment. I really appreciated the fact that we stood together for once, together. And that was like a family moment. That was like an emotional moment for me right there. And I'm sure it touched some other people as well, because it's about time. Damn it, it's about time. And when I saw this thing, everybody who's there know the history of that location, first of all. But it's a slavery situation, a slavery port. That's the foundation of that area. And there's a lot of people, just imagine this. There's a lot of people there, surrounding a lot of people just watching this, right, take place. And not just that they were so bold enough to disregard the laws and the rules of moving the boat, having consideration, period. They started fighting. These other guys, when they came to jump on on the black guy, on the security guard, the young white guys, they were jumping in the air and jumping on him and whatnot. And it was like, so what? I'm doing this. Nobody's gonna touch me. Nothing's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna do this and not shit is gonna happen to me. Not one time. That's what I saw. I saw arrogance. I saw the audacity. I saw entitlement. I saw a disregard of anybody there. They didn't give a fuck about people watching. I'm gonna tell you right now, what I saw, they didn't give a fuck about no one watching them. They proceeded to jump on him as if that all these hundreds of people watching was going to sit there and watch any fucking way. And that's what got them. The fucking audacity. This is the reality right here. This was bound to happen. This was bound to happen. I'm going to say it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This was something yet to come. And let's keep it real. This is about black people and white people in America. For my white friends out there, my white audience, this is, I'm gonna be real for you. It's not me coming out and saying, well, racist thing or whatever. This is a fucking racist situation that needs to be heard from two black people need to hear this and white people need to hear this. This is something that was bound to fucking happen. They had the audacity, they had the attitude, they had the situation, I'm gonna get away with this with no repercussions. Guess what? They fucked around and they found out. That was the wrong day, the wrong time. People were not gonna stand for this shit. And I'm so glad that no one got hurt to the point that they have to be hospitalized or killed, anything like that. But, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. There's no buts to that one. But this is a result of the negativity, the negative bullshit that's been stirring around in the past few years. Everyone feels that intensity when you go in some place between the blacks and whites. You feel that intensity. Now you with cool black people and cool white people, yeah, you gonna have that brotherhood regardless, that love or brotherhood regardless. But I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones when you walk around and they got this shit on their shoulders and you feel it in their voice. They speak to you as if, you know, like I gotta speak to you because I'm in a situation. I deal with this shit every fucking day. Every day. It's not been a day yet that I haven't gone by that I have to deal with this. But guess what? I still hold my head up. I still speak. I still be polite as I possibly can. I still do what I do. But I still know that how you feel about me as you're dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be about making it about me. I'm just saying I understand the situation. That's what I'm trying to say. Especially being a security guard. You're doing your job, and not just that you're a security guard, but you're a black security guard. So they feel like, fuck you. I'm gonna take what you say. Who are you to tell me what the fuck to do? You know what I'm saying? So I understand the situation in more points, in more ways than you would think. Everything's in the last few years has been one-sided. Everything's assaults on black people, against black people. You've seen it. Everyone see it in the streets and stuff. And we'll take pictures and videos and say, get off of him or help him, but no one actually physically steps in to do anything. Why? Because of fear. Fear of being hurt, of being incarcerated. A fear of losing to help. Today, in the last couple of days, I saw no fear. I saw that they put that shit aside. It says, enough is enough. We're going to step in and help out. Man, when people talked about that, him throwing that, security guard throwing that hat up, that wasn't about no bullshit. That was about, now, and I laugh when I think of this because it's like, it's like, okay, I'm at work. I'm at work, I'm trying to do my job. Now you pushing my buttons and you put your hand on me. I'm throwing this, forget the job. At that moment, now the hat went far in the air like a motherfucker. It went far in the air, but it wasn't meant to go that far. It was in the moment, and he slung it and this went up. But at that moment, he was like, damn this. I know this is my job, but in his head like, shit, you attacking me? Damn this. I'm not throw it up. That's what happened. He said, damn this is my job. That hat represented his job. He threw it up. It's like, damn that. I'm gonna defend myself. So he started fighting, defend himself. I mean, it was 1-on-1. Again, the fighting should have happened in the first place, but it was 1-on-1. And then the audacity, they jumped and get on top of him and whatnot. That was just, man, it was like, I was just so pissed off. Our country is in turmoil. It's divided. And it's heading to a downward spiral. Now, but there's a positive note that how we can get from this, because, and I hope they learn their fucking lesson. As of right now, that some people are being arrested, and those who was a part of it. You had the young guy, 16-year-old guy who was swimming in the water, you know what I'm saying, to go help and whatnot. And then you had the older gentleman who started hitting with the chairs and stuff like that, which went viral. But you know what? Most fights escalate, when it gets wild, not a hand, it escalates into weapons. I'm just glad this one escalated into a weapon of guns. You know, that's what we usually hear when things start escalating. We hear the gunfire. This one escalated into fucking chairs fired. You know what I'm saying? He went wild on the chairs. That's a natural aggression, progression of any fight. Not saying that it needed to happen, but shit, when shit gets wild, you wanna make sure you handle your business. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now, I'm sure a lot of chair companies gonna be selling damn chairs. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we don't have any chairs for your ass. You know, we got clothing and apparel, but that's another subject. But here's a positive note that we can do. We need to come together as a people, black and white, sit down and talk, get past the only way to get past the bullshit. We gotta go through. I don't think this is ending yet. This is just beginning. This is still gonna happen again, because you still have older folks here that has that superiority mind frame, and they teach them to their kids and whatnot. So you got to erase that shit. Now, and I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Black people can't stop racism. White people have to stop racism, because white people started racism. Black people never started racism. We can't end something we don't start. We're not the ones who continue glorifying inner racism. White people have to stand up against other white people and stand up with black people to stop racism. So in a way, that's going to stop. Black people, black and brown, need to stand up continually, just like what just happened. I'm not saying all things need to happen this way, but the time for talking, I done said this too many times, is done. That talking, preaching, walking hand in hand, kumbaya, talking and stuff, that time period is done. We've done that already. We've done that to death. We've done that. I'm not saying we still can't do it later in the future, but read your Bibles too. Even God's soldiers had to fight. People still fought. All things wasn't kumbaya for you Bible thumpers. And sometimes you gotta do fisticuffs to protect yourself, protect your own, protect your loved ones, protect your people. To stop people from being on you and get them out of your face, sometimes you gotta go fisticuffs. You gotta get down to it. Enough is enough. Enough is a fucking enough. Now, again, white people, you have to get rid of this superiority complex you have. Seek professional fucking help. Because you can't help yourself with it. Go get help, say, well, I got this problem. I think I'm better than black people. I see black people, I feel like telling them and thinking they're not shit. Go get help. Because we can't help you. After years and years and years and years of enduring this bullshit, years and years of putting it on cameras, on TV and stuff, and you still don't get it, we're at the point now that you've already, don't ever acknowledge that your ancestors already erased history. You don't acknowledge that your ancestors already made up some history. You don't acknowledge that your ancestors taught bullshit history to cover up the bad that they did. You don't acknowledge that they're still teaching, and have always been teaching bullshit in school. All of it's lies that we've been taught in school. All of it is lies. Christopher Columbus and all this bullshit. All of it is lies. That's what gives you that superiority. Instead of y'all say y'all white Americans, y'all just say I'm white. Now, as a black person, we gotta say we are black Americans, Chinese Americans, Asian Americans, Puerto Rican Americans. But white is just white. No, motherfuckers, you are white Americans or Caucasian Americans. If everyone has to have that American symbol or a name behind their ethnicity, then so should you. Because you're not the original shit. If you want that dropped off your name, that's why I don't acknowledge my shit say white or what white, black American, what I don't acknowledge papers and stuff like that. You're not different from me. We've all came here some way. And if we're not from this country, we came here on a fucking boat. All of us came on some fucking boat to America. We have to acknowledge what is going on. Stop changing and erasing history. Stop erasing black history. Stop trying to change it, doctor up. Stop this bullshit that's going on in Florida right now. You still changing more history because it don't feel good to you about what your ancestors done to us. So you're changing the history to make it fit your comfortability. It's still lies. Now, you won't think that all this is tied together, but it's all been tied together. You feel it in the atmosphere, feel it in the air. It was bound to happen. And unfortunately, it's going to happen again until we come to realize this and stop this. There's nonsense going on. I want to make sure I put my point clear on this situation because, you know, it was a disturbance to me, you know what I'm saying? And I felt different emotions and whatnot, and I felt some happiness. I'm like, shit, about time, man. You know, let's enjoy the moment right now. You know what I'm saying? And nobody died. You know, and this is the first time in my time frame that I've actually seen this. I've seen many fights in my life. I've seen people killed many times. I've seen a lot of different stuff. I've never seen black people help black people against white people. I've always seen black people yell at white people or talk to white people about not jumping on other black people, but I've never seen them fight against them. You know, this was something historic to me. I'm being honest with you. I've never seen this before, except in wartime or some bullshit. I'm talking about real stuff like this right here. You know, so I've never seen that. So it was a shock to me. I was shocked. I was surprised. I was in like it's about time moment. You know what I'm saying? But we have to get together as a people. You know what I'm saying? Stop this thing. Well, there's no way in the world, first of all, before I come to a close, there's no way in the world you should be so fucking relaxed that you feel like you could do what you did as security guard and not feel like that's gonna happen to you. There's no way in the world you should feel that way. And if you feel that way, then that's the fucking problem. Especially around a bunch of people, look just like that man. That's somebody's grandfather, somebody's dad, somebody's uncle. That guy wasn't no young guy. That wasn't no young guy. So that's why we feel the emotions we feel. That's why, you know, and I guess people in Alabama felt a little bit more different because they got some history there that meant something a little different. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, I just want to say, yo, that's my time. I just wanted to share what I need to share about that, get that off my chest. You know, I saw it. You know, you guys got to stop fucking around. Tell you what, don't forget to check out a Straight Hating online apparel store called Straight Hating Fashions and More. www.straighthatingfashionsandmore.com. Thank you for watching. or listening, depending on what platform you're currently using. Follow my podcast on straighthating.castles.com for video and audio podcasts, and straighthatingpodcast.buzzsprout.com for audio podcasts. I'm also on Spotify and YouTube. Yo, I'm AC. That's my time. Peace.